Hi guys, Adam the OT back again with another very fun, simple and effective game for teletherapy or home learning. Today's game is called Rubber Band Rescue, and this is a really good one for visual motor integration. So using the motor coordination skills, the bilateral integration, as well as quite a lot for visual perceptual skills. So things like form, constancy, enclosure, and all these things. Not in isolation, but using all these skills together for a very simple little game, but it's actually really motivating as well. So what we do is we get one of our kids' preferred toys. So I've got Poppy here, fresh off her new movie, and Anna, and Fluttershy, and this little unicorn. You'd never know I had daughters, huh? So I'm going to take my little unicorn here, and look what happened to the unicorn. Oh no! The baddies, you need a baddie for your story. So I've got the Koala King here, the Antipodean criminal mastermind. He's captured the unicorn and has tied her up. Look, she's got these magical ropes around her. Or some of my boys will be spider webs or whatever the story entails. Okay, we'll move the girls to the side. If you're using a small toy like Fluttershy or Anna, that makes it a little bit trickier because they're smaller. Dolls and ponies and things like, essentially things that have limbs that stick out are good because you can wrap the bands in multiple ways. If you see how they're wrapped on here, you can almost imagine how this is going to be beneficial. So poor Anna is really tied up, and as is the pony. Colored bands make it a little bit easier because you get a little bit of a visual clue which one to take off first. And what the child's going to try and do is you're going to say, oh no, the hero's trapped. The pony's been captured by the Koala King. Ah! The guards, they'll be back in 2 minutes. We've got 2 minutes to free her and get out of here. So then you try and take off these little ropes. So all the child is thinking about, this is the toy they really like. Oh no, they're in a predicament. They're captured. There's something that looks wrong that they want to fix. Like, no, let me help. They get to be the hero of their own story. Then they have to take off these bands, but because they're overlapped, they can't just start ripping them off. Some of my guys they go hard in the paint for everything. They just have one gear, which is full throttle. So this makes them slow down and plan and use those visual perceptual skills to look and see, okay, which color band is on the top? So I can't pull off this blue guy because the pink is over that. And then the purple is over the top of the pink. So I have to see which one I can take off first. And they can start and try, but they'll get stuck. You don't have to say anything other than I'll usually be the Koala King on the side going, oh my goodness, whatever he's gonna do with the unicorn. Ha 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 ha. But, so I'm just making it more fun. All they're thinking about is rescuing their little hero. So they start taking off, oh, we can't do the pink. Let's try the purple. Yeah, the purple can come off. Oh no, the purple's stuck under the green. So then we move on to the green. And you see what I'm doing? So I'm having to stabilize. Then I'm having to select. I'm looking the whole time, processing this visual input. Then I'm having to coordinate, use lovely little pinches to try and manipulate these bands off. Using a soft toy is a little easier because you can get grips on the bands a little easier. They're more pliant. So you can move the toy a little bit to get a good grip. Whereas if I'm using something like Fluttershy, it's much more fiddlier. So it's a little bit more fine dexterity involved. But for the pony we're rescuing, okay, get her horn free, that off her tail, get her her feet out. Her back feet are still tied up, and I can't get the back feet off because the purple band's overlapping, so I need to take the purple band first. And I've got the purple band. Oh, quick! I'll be saying, oh no, here comes the guards, freeze! Don't move. Okay, the guards are gone. So you add more to the story. It's not as simple. You always just want to be, they're having fun and you're just pouring more and more fun on it the whole time. There's a tiny bit of setup. So you take the toy and I'd take maybe about 6 or 8 bands and wrap them all up. They'll overlap anyway. Small skinny bands like this are good for more deft, fine work. Heavy, thicker, stronger bands will make it more of a fine motor strength and endurance activity. So it does quite a lot of strength involved for these very small stabilizing muscles that don't usually get a workout most of the time. So it's really motivating and really, really nice. Then once you get them all off, we're almost rescued. Fantastic. I would just caution, don't use sometimes you have old rubber bands lying in a drawer somewhere. Don't use ones that are kind of deteriorated, or if they look frayed, or they're anyway gone crumbly, you know. The rubber needs to be nice and stretchy still, just in case they would snap. And of course, anytime you're using elastics, just watch the eyes. Sometimes I'll get the kids to wear sunglasses as part of the whole, for the whole session. That will be part of the story that they're a superhero or something. And if I'm using elastics, I'll do that a lot of the time. Okay, we've only got one band left. Yay, fantastic, my unicorn's free. My koala is mad. Oh no. And then for the rest of the session, I'll have games where the koala is trying to get revenge on them then. So I'll add more to the story or add more to the narrative. All fun. So that's it. It's called Rubber Band Rescue. It's one of the reasons I love Rubber Band Rescue, as I'm thinking with my unicorn. One of the reasons I love tasks like this is because they're very, very simple in their objective. So the child straight away sees what they have to do to be successful. You shouldn't really need to add more verbal prompts. You can sort of be looking over the shoulder and go, and almost like you're scripting what they're doing. So if they're pulling like a pink band, but it's stuck, you're like, oh no, it's stuck. Is there any other one? So you're verbalizing their thought process, but you're not really giving them any help. They're solving each of those little mini motor problems every time. And this band will give you, the game will give you like 40 different little motor challenges because you'll get stuck and frustrated. And for my boys and girls as well, boys tend to get them more frustrated, but girls can have it as well. Then it's very typical when they come up with something, then they keep using the same motor plan. So we'll just try and pull harder and just get a little emotional with it. And then they'll realize that's not getting them any closer to being successful. So they have to slow down and then be more like work on motoric problem solving. So saying, okay, what's the challenge? Can I see what the barrier is? Then how do I overcome that? And then they'll do that once or twice and they get frustrated, but then they'll see how they can be successful and they'll be progressively more successful more and more and again and again. And it builds up. You'll see almost like their confidence and their enjoyment build. The more little bands they get off, then the more they get excited about it then. And it's really fun. I also have done this one very successfully where the young person actually is the baddie. So I'll get the person in question, the kid, to be King Koala in this case. And King Koala will then, he'll be the one to actually capture the unicorn and try and put the rubber band. So he just puts around their hooves. And then you put one splitting their hooves in two. So that's going to overlap it. And maybe over their head. Oh no! And you keep putting bands on like that. What I really did that well with was siblings. So if one person plays the baddie, could be parents as well. One person's the baddie, and then one person's the hero, or they could take turns as being baddies and heroes. And then the last time they broke them out in 2 minutes, they took them. Okay, this time the guards know someone's going to try and break out of this prison. They've been warned, so you only have 1 minute or 45 seconds to break your hero out, or they're captured again, or you're going to get captured with them. And then I'll have another game for that. Those escape games are really, really lovely. I can do this as well with paper tape, or a really nice one is if I have small items like Anna or Lego Man, I'll actually freeze them. So I'll freeze them in ice. That could be another really interesting video I'll do another time. And then they have to break them out of the ice, so they're in the ice prison. But the ultimate goal is a lot of learning and a lot of developmental opportunities, but all springing off a very, very simple goal. A goal that doesn't have to be explored any more than just saying that. Just rescue, go. You solve the problems. And it's really, really motivating. The kids get into it really quickly. And that's it. Then everything else is simple. Once a child's motivated, if the young person enjoys what they're trying to do, then it makes your job really easy. It's like when you go into a classroom of a really good teacher, they make teaching look easy because they're so good at it. It's the same with therapists. If you see a really good therapist, the child's running down to the corridor. They're running down to the therapy room. That therapist probably put a lot of thought in what they're going to do, but then they let the child almost take command a lot of the time. They're almost like a conductor. They're conducting the orchestra, and they're gently moving the child from one emotional stage or one physical or motoric challenge to the next, but they do as little as possible in the way of actually interfering. A lot of development, a lot of play is kind of getting out of the child's way. So if you can set up an activity like this, where it's really clear what the objective is, and then kind of get out of the child's way. It's only if they're getting very, very stuck, and they keep using the same ineffective strategy 9, 10, 11 times, then I'll gently prompt them in the right direction. I won't stop. He's going somewhere. He's in the car, got his foot on the gas. He's going places. I don't want to hit the brakes. I want to keep the fun going, but just gently remove this impediment slightly, only enough that he can progress himself and he can take command and get back in the driving chair. Okay? So there's a little bit of a tangent, but it's a really important principle of simple goals and then developmentally rich barriers in a way to achieve those goals. Captures the child's motivation, and then you just let them go with it. Okay? That's it, guys. That's it for today. Any questions or comments, as always, just let me know, and I will do my best to answer anyone who messages me. And I'm doing a few specific videos based on requests for larger sensory motor activities, for instance, and some activities for older boys and girls who are more into the iPads and video games and are a bit too cool for school, don't want to practice their motor skills. I have some to get their motivation as well. Okay, that's it, guys. Hope you're staying safe, and Adam EOT out.